What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. OG here, and I have a special video for you that really covers all three football games, but it ties in particular to these two, which are eFootball and UFL. Now, I just saw a video from a player that I played against a lot in this game right here in UFL, and he's got a real small channel. He actually is a pretty good content creator, right? I mean, I could tell he cares. He doesn't try to BS, and the keyword is tries, and I'm going to talk about what I mean there. But I've long warned him that the issue that he's always going to have is that he's not seeing these games for what they are, right? Once you play these football games enough, you can tell when there's a good football game, when there's longevity in a game, when there's literally nothing coming in a game. And that's exactly what's going on right now in UFL, right? So this is after a game I played. It was two games. I played this one a little bit ago during like one update, and then another update came and I played this one, and then I found out after this second game, the loss, where I left within, goodness, it was the most ridiculous, terrible gameplay. I left probably 5 minutes into the game, and then I read about and released a video on how they're scrapping all of this and restarting the game. They're getting rid of the skin system and everything, which is something I called a long time ago. So here is my point, and this is where it covers all three football games, right? Months and months and months ago, I told this player, Pantera, I said, the way you play is what's wrong with this game. And not only is it going to affect this game if there's more players like you, which the game was infested with players like this, I'll explain in a bit, but it's also going to crush your content, right? As the game goes downhill, so will you and your content. And I'm telling you this because you're not playing football. You're choosing to take these shortcuts that UFL offers and say, well, this is how you play the game. This is what UFL wants. That can't be your take. For instance, in FC, if everyone would have said, oh, FC 25, this is what EA Sports gives us, so we have to take all these shortcuts, use the L1 speed boost, right? Use the glitch shots, use the tackle backs, just kick the ball forward and run into the players. That's how we'll be successful. And the game continued. Guess what? Everyone would be gone from FC 26. Instead, everyone essentially rose up, boycotted the game, stopped spending money on packs, and EA Sports said, guys, we hear you. They got the numbers. They were terrible. The suit said, fix the game, whatever you have to do, and EA Sports literally sat there and meticulously fixed every single thing. I played the beta. Every single thing that was wrong with FC25 is gone now. So imagine if this guy right here, and the reason why I'm even showcasing him is because he's not like the other joke or content creator who is lost and gone forever. Who knows, he fell off the earth. He was the biggest rat loser. He would share nonsense content that would mislead the people who would watch. And I can't stand people like that. That's why I started following, or started a channel on myself, so people could start following who wanted the truth, who wanted to actually understand these games, get better at these games, right? And not waste their time on certain games, such as UFL. Now, Pantera, he's not necessarily that type of trashy content creator, right? But exactly what's going on right now, and I'm going to share you some content from his video, is exactly what I warned him about a long time ago. For example, I got to number 10 in the world playing good football before all of the trash that ruined UFL. And then they started doing all these updates. They started leaning towards their lower skilled players, making the game worse and worse and worse, and I stood up for it. But players like Pantera, even though he's like, well, I don't like where the game's going, but this is what you got to do to win. And so he's doing that stuff, trying to climb the ranks. And I told him it's the worst thing you could do. Nobody's going to want to watch that. No one's going to follow your content when you're taking all the shortcuts, sharing everything that's wrong with the game. They're just going to realize, this game's a joke, and go to another football game where they can actually play football. Because rats don't care about content. They just look for the glitches, the shortcuts, and then they go out and do that to get wins. They don't make any sense. They're losers. right? So you inadvertently, when you do what Pantera did, it's like, oh, here's how you're good at this game, and share it in a way that's coherent, not really trying to be a rat, but you're kind of being rat. That's going to crush your channel. So we came up around, I guess you could say, the same time, but you see where my man's at. And I feel bad because he's a good dude. You're going to hear here. That's why I don't mind promoting him. But you're going to be stuck at these low numbers, right? If you continue promoting the nonsense that makes UFL a dying game. So let's get into some of what he's talking about, and I'll give you examples of what I mean. Okay? So just for a little bit more insight. If you don't know, UFL is scrapping their whole game. Their whole system, which I've been saying for months, it doesn't have any longevity. This skin thing is going to die out because players aren't going to keep buying skins. No one's going to want to just play with their same team for months. Like, for instance, I don't even play this game anymore. Look at my team. I've had all these top players for months. And this is a second account. My original one, I had the maxed out team even longer. So it was obvious that this was a dying setup. And then you got to realize, strikers, they've had this game in development for 9 years. You have to read between the lines. You don't think they ever in 9 years sat there and played out how this would go with the skins? You don't think they knew that this system was not going to work over the long haul? They knew what was coming, and they just wanted to steal everyone's money. You guys got to think about that. 9 years in development. In less than a year, everyone has maxed out teams. They're scrapping the system. You don't think they were selling you guys on buying all these skin packs, knowing that they were going to disappear? They knew what was coming. So people like me are sharing this with the players so they are at least warned before they waste their money. So they're warned before they waste their time. People like Pantera, all the while, was just like, oh, I'm going to keep sharing content, keep sharing tactics, You can't brush over the issues like that. Who knows how many players you could have helped not waste their money on skin packs and stuff, or not waste their time on this joke game if you would have been honest instead of, oh, well, it is what it is, man. I'm just going to play the game that they give us, try to keep winning. No. Right? When you're putting money into something especially, you have to be honest, especially if you're going to be a content creator. You have to be honest because that's the only way these development companies who want your money, which means you have the power, it's the only way they're going to fix these issues. Ignoring them isn't going to work. So remember, this game's totally scrapped now. When I used to tell this Pantera this, when he would come into my channel when we play and stuff, I would tell him, like, you're not playing football, you're playing UFL, you're doing everything wrong with the game. So, are you in it just, I want to win no matter what, I don't care about football, or are you trying to play football? Oh, no, I'm trying to play football, I want to, help people, and this is how you win in this game. So it's like, no, dude, that's not how you should do it. If something's wrong, you speak up, you get it fixed. This game's newer, which means that we can set a precedence for strikers to have to listen to us if they want success. Right? Oh, no, come on, man. This is how I'm winning right now. It's working. And now look, the numbers are an all-time low. They scrapped their whole idea for the game. You're waiting longer and longer for games. And this is how people feel about it, including the very content creator that I told this to. And a lot of this was on streams, by the way, on videos. So if you go back to my old UFL streams, you can see where I was warning people like Pantera about this, where I was talking about this, talking about how important it is, especially for content creators, with this new game to not buy into this nonsense, not buy into the scam bullcrap that Strikers was giving us, because it's going to end up bad. So you see where my man's at, subscriber-wise. And I want him to succeed, by the way. Again, I wouldn't be sharing this if I didn't. But it's his own fault why he's stuck here and why he's going down with the ship, so to speak. Because if you think players, after spending all this money, right, that team you see on the screen there, that's like over, $100 for players that are now just going to disappear. And the whole thing, right, was, oh, well, you get to keep the players. No, they're going to go down to their base version, and the skins are going to be nothing. Not to mention, people are going to put two and two together and see they've been pushing all these skins hard, selling $100 packs, $150 packs, 60, 50, 30, trying to push these skins hard, knowing that they were getting rid of them. So now they're going to cut their players down even more. They're going to release some new system to take players' money. I mean, this ship is sinking, and it's just taking on more and more water. So let's hear some of this.
Yo, what's up, boys? Long time no see. I know it's been a long time since I've posted, boys. It's been about like 2 to 3 weeks, I believe.
2 to 3 weeks. We're at the heart of the start of the season, right? This isn't a buy every year game. This isn't a game. It doesn't even have a big release coming like, oh, new game. This is just, this game is so bad right now. 2 to 3 weeks at the start of the new football game. It's not like FC where they're waiting for, FC 26, FC. No. This game has just been so bad, and then all of a sudden they also find out, oh, by the way, we're going to scrap this system because no one's playing the game already. Right? This could be their time where they're going crazy, dude. This is the start of the new football season. And listen where their game's at.
And, I'm back. I just decided to make a quick video for you guys, give an update on, where I stand with this game. Obviously, as we all know, I haven't posted in such a long time, lack of content, but to be honest, boys, I've just been busy. This game hasn't really been intriguing to me at all. The superstar skins, yes, there was hype to it, but after that, after about like a week of that, it just died. Like the game completely died, and there really isn't much going on. Yeah, I'm still in the UFL Discord. I follow everything revolving like UFL. Nothing is coming out. All they're saying is that I saw Eugene say that the update's gonna come, I think, September 12th or something like that. I don't exactly know when the update's gonna come, guys, but it should be, I think, around September. I'm not too sure when, but supposedly there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming out with the update, new passing, and all, just basically new gameplay. They say these things all the time, so I'm not really hyped for it, to be honest, boys. Yes, I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna try it when the game does release, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes because they overpromise every time, and I'm just not. Look, I played one match right now. I played one match of Showdown. I haven't played in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it's the same. It's just that one match was enough for me not to play anymore until the update.
So think about this. He plays one match. I play 2 matches. There's no other really content creators out there right now. But if you think about it, go look at my UFL videos. That's why I left this game when I was top 10 in the world, when I had a big following going for what UFL had overall with English-speaking content creators, right? I was at the top. And people are like, why are you leaving? Why are you talking bad about this game? You're winning. You can, because it wasn't about that. I didn't start this channel to win up to the top and then have people watch me and then mislead them because I'm a top-ranked player. So now I can get all these players to play and follow my channel and lie about tactics and all this when the game's broken. And it's been broken. And that's my one qualm. And again, I'm not saying that Pantera did it on purpose. If I thought that, I would just be telling you guys. I think this is like the other dude. I don't even want to say the other guy's name who disappeared. He's just a rat. He's misleading you. He's going for clicks. The other guy had all these old videos. Toxic. How to break the game. How to cheat. How to, he's one of those clickbait rat farmer type of players. Content creators. And was terrible skill-wise at the game. Pantera, I think he's just someone that played, and instead of I want to play football, I want to try to help push this game in the direction of skilled football, he was like, in order to get followers, I got to keep winning. I want to keep ranking up. You'll hear him talk about it in a little bit. He's not top 10 in the world or anything, but he's number 74. And he was playing for that, but if the game is broken, if the game is trash, and you're having to use that trash to get this higher ranking, you gotta either leave the game or you gotta let people know how big of a joke it is. You can't sit there and share tactics and talk about the game in a football sense, because there are some people that are looking for your guidance that aren't seeing this, that aren't realizing. All the while, a lot of players do see this and they leave the game. And so now people who are looking for your help stick to this game, start putting money into the game. And now look where it's at. It was all a waste. And the game's crashing even harder and harder and harder. If you don't think there's people that are intelligent enough to do the math on how much they spent on these skins, how much time they spent boosting all these players up, getting all the added skills, right? Only to have it all scrapped because Strikers doesn't really have a plan. It's all a money grab. If you think players are everybody's gonna keep playing, no. This game is gonna go down by it's gonna lose more than half of its players, right? Without a doubt, I can promise you it's gonna lose roughly half its players. The other half that stay are gonna be the rat losers that can't succeed in a real football game. And poor Pantera, because he couldn't realize that and tried to be a content creator, but kind of, oh no, the game's good, and share all these tactics and kind of brush over the issues. Now you're stuck kind of in a shitty spot. You're covering a dying game. Your channel never popped off. You never got the grab that you could have got if you would have just been honest, my man. You had the potential. So hopefully this helps you. But it is good insight to show you just how bad the game is. Let's keep listening.
Because I just hopped on and I was like, man, let me just make a quick video. Let me play one match just to give you guys an update. I'm still here. I'm still going to make, content for you guys. But as of right now, there's just what do I make content on, guys? Honestly, if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments. So what do I make content on? There's absolutely nothing to make content on. Do you guys want a tier list? I could do that. I was planning on doing that, but at the same time, I'm thinking, well, the new season or new, team pass or whatever, the new season's going to come out in September. So I'll just wait to do that video. And then regarding everything else, there's really nothing to do. I can't really try different players. I have a group of different players, that I have in my club, but it's not I can just sell a player and then try a different player, sell a player, try a different player. I just can't do that. I have a lot of CP and LP.
This is 13 days ago. So he doesn't even realize in this video that this is all gone now. I have a feeling he may never come back. Because he was already, this is 13 days ago, guys, and the game was already dead before they even knew they were scrapping everything. At this time, they're thinking, oh, more new skins, which is insane that they were still playing. But this is what it looks like when you keep going with the flow of a ratty, skillless game. You go down with the ship, right? And why am I saying all this? Because it's the same thing for the players of this game. When I stopped covering this game all the way, when I was telling players what was coming, I was at the top, and players couldn't register that. And then they kept playing, and it's they couldn't see far, which is fine because that's why they look for content, just like I did when I first started on the competitive side, right? I needed help on a whole bunch of stuff, and unfortunately, it's hard to find, especially people being honest, because a lot of people want to stay on the good side of the developers so they can get early access and get news and maybe get interviews. And no, if you want to really help people and really want people to discover your channel and keep watching you and subscribe to you, you got to tell them the truth. No one wants to be lied to or misled. And whether you do it on purpose or not, this is a perfect example of someone who it wasn't on purpose. The other content creator who did it on purpose, now look, he's long gone and was just crashing and burning even faster than this. But let's go to this channel. This is the last English-speaking UFL player that actually tried to do content in a way that a regular content creator would, right? There's that Sanders loser that doesn't play any games, but he covers them all. He's got bots for subscribers. He'll get all these people watching, and he doesn't even have an account. He doesn't really play the game. He talks out of his ass. But you look at the videos here, confirmed legends. So let's see some of the. Let's watch this one. So see, he's trying so hard, but the problem is when you're playing a game that's so bad, like you heard in that last video, and you're releasing all this, it's like you're adding to the issue. This should be about all the lies that Strikers is told the whole time. This should be about the issues that they've never fixed, demanding that they fix them, right? Because that kind of thing will spread. Everyone's sick of it. This should be about, look, they're talking about legends coming. What about the fact that 9 years in development, they didn't do a test run to see how long the skin system would last? They absolutely did. They knew that the skin system was just a money grab that was going to last barely a year, and then they were going to scrap it. And all the while, they were still throwing skins packs in everyone's faces to try to take everyone's money as they knew the skins were leaving the game. That's what people should be demanding answers on and highlighting. That's the biggest scam in the world. I mean, guys, you guys do realize in this store, let's see if they still have it, by the way. Let's go here. When you scroll down before, this used to be covered in packs. This whole thing up to their announcement, all the way up to the actual announcement. Do you think they just woke up one day and said, all right, guys, announce it today. Let's scrap the skin system. No, they knew for weeks, for months. They knew when they did a rundown over the 9 years the game was in development. You don't think they played out actual games and how long it would take to level up and level up players? You don't think they knew? And all the way up to literally like when they announced the skin system would leave, they had packs. Not just cheap packs either. Oh, make sure you get your packs. Let's go to their social media. I'll show you how big of a scam this is. And again, this content is just showing that you're going with the flow with the development company. You're not going to help the actual players, which is why I don't play UFL and I can simply make one video and get more views than someone who covers it how I cover EAFC or how I cover any football game when I'm truly committed and diving into that game. Right? So this, while I'm showing you why it's such a joke, is also why I left UFL. It's kind of killing two birds with one stone, if you will. Same with Efootball's head in this direction. But let me show you exactly what I mean. Right? So if I go into here, let's go into X. All right. So if I go into X, and just keep scrolling down, August 19th, guys. So exactly the 19th. August 19th. 18 days ago. 18 days ago, they're pushing packs. So, huge decision like scrapping their entire game module, game, layout, whatever you want to call it. Right? And going for a transfer market, resetting the cards, doing a special player cards, no more skins. You think that was a decision that was made in the last less than 18 days? Come on. Pushing skin packs over and over, pushing buy more. Missed your shot last time? Team of the Month packs are back in the game shop. This is August 13th. Right? August 13th. Now, the exact announcement date, let's see. See when it was. Let's see what we got here. September 4th. Right? September 4th. So 18th was the last day. So September 4th. We saw them pushing coins up to this day. So 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 days. So within 17 days. So now, wait a second. Yeah, skins to player cards. Look how little this is, too. Look at this. Just a little, oh, skins to player cards. Now watch this. If we go and read this now. Let's click in here so we can see these. Yeah. So 5 CR7 with the, okay, he will keep all upgrades. What does no wipes mean? It means you get to keep the players you have in your squad, but they reset. Will we receive a reward? We will post articles with plenty of details soon. Can't wait. Which legends? The skin issue seems very bad. All the money we invested in skins will stay in that and nothing. See what I'm saying? We'll post more details soon. Look, they say, but nothing you own now has to go to waste. What do you mean it doesn't? So, by the way, after that, they just said, make sure you apply the skin before the wipe comes, and that skin will be on that player, but the player still resets. You get their extra skills, but that player resets. Well, what's going to happen after that? Well, ding, 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 they're going to release, say you have a 91 rated Mbappe. Now they're going to release a 93 rated, right? And the only difference is what? The team you used for the past several months that everyone's bored of, you now have to go buy new cards, but instead of skins, you just buy an upgraded version of them. They don't know what they're doing. That's why the actual reset every year in FC and then the strategy of rebuilding your team, that's why it works the best. Then they have this link-up system. They're copying off of eFootball. So what are they going to do? Release a Schneider, a Hullet, a Drogba, and then a few months later release another Schneider, Drogba, Hullet, and this time they're going to have better stats. So, oh, you get to keep your Schneider and Hullet, but you're always going to have, right, the worst version. So they try to encourage you to keep buying players, but on the other side they say, oh, it's better because you spend all this money, but you get to keep the player. Only that player's inferior within a couple months, right? Using eFootball as an example. They don't have a skin system. They have link-up play now. They have this and that. I had a Schneider a few months ago when I was playing eFootball. Well, within the past few weeks, they released another Schneider. This new Schneider has double the special skills, and he links up to a Samuel Eto'o card, whereas the old one doesn't. So, yeah, I get to keep my Schneider, but guess what? If I don't go spend more money and get the new one, I don't get all these new features. So now I got to have an inferior player, or I got to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Whereas FC, you buy the game, you earn your team, and you don't have to put in a penny to get packs or whatever. Even if they're there if you want to, for the whales or players you want to spend money, you don't have to. I want to show you guys something. This is my team with $0 spent, just winning tournaments, earning my rewards, right? This is my team right here. This is from my Discord. I posted it so everyone could see it. That's $0 spent, guys. If you guys could see my bench, I have CR7's footies on my bench, Ronaldinho footies on my bench, right? Pele footies on my bench, Messi footies on my bench, R9, Mbappe, Dembele, Hullet, Pirlo, and then this is Stanway. She's not even the most popular, but she's awesome. The Bayern Munich English International. Nuno Mendes, Beckenbauer, Blanc, and then Alex Scott. Van der Sar in goal. All 99 rated. My whole bench is 99. That is a $0 extra spent. Meanwhile, you go play, this trash over in UFL or eFootball, and you got to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds extra, and the players are inferior, not every year, where you reset and everyone starts equal, and part of the skill off the pitch is building a great team to bring on the pitch. No. In eFootball and UFL, it's who's going to spend the most money over and over and over every few months, every few weeks. And all they did in UFL is take you down a road, make you spend all your money, and now they're going to do it again. It's a complete joke. And you can't tell me that they did not know this was coming. There's no way they did not know this was coming, guys. 9 years in development. 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 They clearly, 9 years in development, they definitely did a run through to know the skins system was going to fail. Okay? So now,
Yo, what's up, boys? Welcome back.
we have the other content creator that BS the whole time, way worse than this. He's gone. But you have the same dude that I would play and that would use every shortcut in UFL and, oh, well, it's how they want us to play the game. That's been playing through all this crap. And then this is what he has to say. And this is why EAFC finally has a good game coming. Not because EA Sports is great and they care about us, no. Because they care about their money, and we finally stop doing what you're about to see here. It's the same way eFootball, why eFootball's struggling. You have to speak up. You can't go with the nonsense they give you. You can't support a trash game and just, oh, they're giving us trash, so that's what we got to do to play and win and blah, blah. No. You leave. So now, watch any player with a brain is going to be playing FC26. Not because they like EA Sports. Not because EA Sports deserves a cookie. No, because all these development companies are greedy pieces of crap. They've all proved to be. It sucks, but it's true. And at the very least, since we love football, we have to deal with the development companies. We're at least going to, in return, want a good football game, not some trash that's going to scam you, then just reset their whole game after taking your money and do it all over again. And so my only problem with Pantera is after all this is announced, everything I'm telling you now as of someone who doesn't even play this game, go look at all my content. I've been done with this game. I've been telling people about what's wrong and warning people for months. Even when people still use my tactics like, dude, your tactics still work. Thank you. If you go look at my comments, you could see it. I tell them, I'm glad they work, but you need to get away from that game unless you're fine with, the fact that you could get scammed at any moment. Or at least if you're going to play, don't put $1 in and be ready to know that you could be wasting your time. Like, I'm still helping people out. But this dude who claims to be a UFL content creator still hasn't gotten to the very top of the game. Still sitting, I think, right where he was months and months ago. Probably because 430 is probably the amount of, people who might even either still play or even want the sugar-coated stuff. But all this stuff that I'm telling you is out, and this is what you get.
Back to the channel, boys. We got some breaking news. Yesterday, UFL Scout posted this picture. I'll post it up right now. As you guys can see, boys, legends are confirmed. Legends are coming to UFL. This is big, man. This is really big because, there's been a lot of rumors circulating over the past couple of months that legends were going to come. Some people said they weren't going to come for years. Some people said they weren't going to come for months. But here we are. Season 3, September 12th. Legends are going to be coming to UFL. And, there's hype to it. There's a lot of hype, obviously, in any game. When we hear the word legend, we get hyped. But, look, we don't know how many legends are going to come. We don't know if it's going to be 1 legend, 2 legends, 3 legends, or a full team of legends. We don't know. We don't know what's going to look like. I mean, as you guys can see by the picture of the card, I'm kind of disappointed because it's kind of the same thing as the Superstar skins. It has that star on the top right corner. It's kind of disappointing that it's not a different...
Bro, they just reset their whole system after pushing skins to the players that you're talking to right now. They just reset the entire system. They have a failing game with nobody playing it. 13 days ago, right? Or maybe even closer than this. Probably like 4 days ago he put this. So 9 days before this, you were talking about how bad the game was. And then they reset everything after trying to get people's money all the way up to the last second, knowing the skins were going away. And you're talking about some blank picture and the stupid stars behind it. This is your problem. This is the problem with many content creators, and this is why these games are failing, because they don't have anybody with any backbone. They don't have any true leaders. They don't have inceptions. They don't have Nick runs a foot market. Dude, even for eFootball, people want to get mad. Nick crashes out. That's called passion. That's called caring. That's called wanting the game to be better, being a true football fan, trying to get the truth out there about these games. And notice that they're all the ones who blow up. So no matter how many haters there are, people talking crap, oh, he's crashing out, grown man over a video game, he's also super rich, a super successful content creator, gets to literally sit home every day and make content, and he deserves it. Why? Because he didn't BS, because he helped people out, because he tells the truth, because he cares. This is just nonsense. Just glossing over the fact, oh, they're restarting everything they've done. Let's see if we even hear about that.
Kind of card, but it is what it is. Yes.
Oh, well, this was a Legends video. Well, why in God's green earth are you skipping over the big reset part, bro?
But look, hear me out. I really feel like, apart from the content that they're going to release, UFL really need to get the gameplay right. I feel like this is their absolute last chance to win over the community.
Their chances have been out, dude. Go look at the last chances we've been talking about for months and months and months. Their last chances have been done, and now they reset the game. Still nothing on that. That's what I want to hear.
With this update, because if they find a way to just completely make this update a bust, and it's, let's say it's the same type of gameplay, the same type of bullshit we always see, update after update after update after update, I really feel like this is really going to put the nail in the coffin in this game, because 2 weeks later, or a week later if you guys pre-ordered it, FC26 drops.
Bro, FC26 is ridiculously good, guys. I played the beta. I'm telling you guys, there's enough leak footage. I'm not supposed to talk about me playing the game, even though what I'm saying is going to help them. Listen, I hate EA Sports. They suck. I'm not giving them their cookies. But because we all spoke up and didn't do what Pantera is doing right here, right? Because we talked about the issues, because we called them out finally. It took long enough. Inception's the only one for the past 7 years calling EA Sports out. Nick at first wasn't, then Nick started doing it. Like, I love Boris Legend, but Boris, like, never did. He always sat in the background. So, no thanks to Boris. I love him to death. Great content creator, but he didn't have a backbone to step up and really... He would do it kind of nicely, right? Like, you need people with backbone. You need people that have passion, that tell the truth, that speak up, that get people rallied up around the right things to make the games better. And then guess what? No one buys packs. No one will play the game anymore. And then boom, the numbers hurt. The suits say fix the game. The developers look at all the feedback and they start fixing the things that are needed. I tried that with UFL, but I'll even say his name now. The loser, Dagger, and then Pantera. I'm not going to call him a loser because I don't think Pantera has bad intentions. Dagger just was a clickbait loser, right? And now he's gone in the wind. Now, if something bad happened to him for some reason, I don't know, then I apologize. I never wish ill will on someone I'm talking about strictly in the video game sense. I don't know the dude personally, so if he disappeared for any other reason than being a terrible content creator, I apologize. But, Pantera, you're a terrible content creator for a different reason. I'm just telling you the truth. And it's because you're going down this path of sugarcoating, of bullcrapping, of skipping over the biggest issues, and that's UFL's problem, right? The only way this game was ever going to survive is if everyone spoke up and said, bring it back to its original state. Stop scamming us. And they've already lost all their chances because they are the new kid on the block, right? EA Sports happened to get so many chances because they've been around over 30 years, and they were the only game for a while. And so now that there's competitors, all that rope is gone. EA Sports can't do anymore, but they were smart enough to realize it. Strikers, they have not released a good game since their initial release when everyone was like, dude, this could go somewhere. And they've made bad decision after bad decision. Now they scrapped everything that everyone spent their time and money, time building up players, money buying skins, and they scrapped it. And this is what you're talking about, bro. I mean,
I only play this game because, like I said, boys, I make content on the game and I still have a community. You know, the community that follows me, my subscribers want to see content. I'm not going to leave them hanging. So as long as UFL is sticking around, I'm going to make content around it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be only playing UFL, boys. Behind the scenes, when I'm not streaming, when I'm not making videos revolving UFL, I'm going to be playing FC26.
Yeah, smart. See, like, that's what I'm saying. That's the game. That's the good football game. But what he should be telling them, and if anybody that watches Pantera, because he's the only UFL English guy since I don't really cover the game anymore, let me tell you this. Don't play UFL, guys. You're wasting your time. If you're scared to compete because there's more skilled players and FC, which is true. They're just way better players. The bottom line is this. Playing in Division 10, 9, 8, 7, working your way up, putting the time in to get better in that is way better, way more rewarding, time well spent compared to the waste of time it will be to play UFL. They have failed time after time after time after time. And now they're scrapping the system that they knew was going to fail from the start. 9 years this game was in development, guys. They stole your money. If that's not enough for you to leave this game, and the only reason I could see anybody sticking to this, especially after, you don't have to trust me, go look at the leak footage yourself or just wait for it to come out. FC26 is about to cook. A bunch of eFootball players will be coming over too. The players sick of the AI crap. I mean, they're going down a terrible road too. And a lot of their content creators ignore the facts. Some speak up, but even the ones that do don't speak up in the way that they should. They still kind of sugarcoat. The bottom line is EA Sports was the only development company to see the writing on the wall and do something about it. EA Sports is the only company that had actual backbone content creators finally speak up to where they go, oh crap, we got to change this, this, and this. And the list goes on, and I promise you, they changed everything. I won't go through everything because I've done that in other videos. You can check them out. But that's what this video should be about. Them scamming everybody. Them switching up their whole system after pushing skin cards. Demanding an answer for why they were pushing skin packs when they knew this was going to go under. Demanding an answer on why they were 9 years in development, saw that this was going to crash, and still put this system out for players to invest time and money and only to scrap it. Demand answers on why they have completely ruined a game that has had the same glitches in it from day one. Not what he's talking about now, right? I mean, it's good that he's telling them that he'll be playing FC26. Oh, but I'll still do content. But tell them about the issues. Who's leading the charge against the problems? Have you talked about anything close
This
to
update,
what's
right?
wrong?
Come the 12th, I really feel like it's going to be GG's to UFO. I feel like it's going to be the nail in the coffin because the only people that are still playing this game, like I said, are the tryhards. And you know damn well, when they drop the trailer for the Legends or whatever, people are going to come back and try the update. Trust me. People that say, oh, no, I'm done with UFL, look, when they see the update and they see that Legends are coming, people are going to return and try the game out again. I guarantee you, there's no doubt in my mind, especially because FC25 is dead, and then FC26 is like, if they pre-ordered it, comes a week after the UFL update. So people are going to hop on this game and play.
That is correct. That is correct. If they haven't thought already about how bad they got scammed, if they haven't thought about that no matter what Legends come, there's two other football games that are a million miles ahead with Legends. Right? I mean, there's nothing UFL is doing that's crazy here. They're literally scrapping their whole idea. How good can a development company be that scrapped their entire game after, what, a year, less than a year? Legends is something that both eFootball and FC have, who both are way better than strikers at developing football games. So it's not like they're doing something that's unprecedented or that's unique. But players will rush in and try it just out of curiosity, and they're going to serve a terrible game. Right? So at least he's saying that part of it, but nothing in here about the facts of the matter. About the fact that skin packs were pushed when they knew the system was going under. About all the issues that have persisted. I mean, he should have been talking about that this entire time if you're going to still cover UFL. I talked about it and talked about it and talked about it until I finally said, look, you guys get it. Broken record. I took it to a new level, telling you guys what's up. If you don't get it by this 100th video, I don't know what to tell you. I've warned you fair and square. I'm gone from the game. I didn't look at my views and say, this is my game that I can really, keep getting good views. For a small channel like mine, the views, the numbers I was getting for UFL, it didn't make any sense to leave the game except for I didn't want to mislead people. So, someone like Pantera, who never even got a grip, who could have went to any game and he still is pushing this crap, it's nonsense. But it's why he is where he's at. It's why Dagger's gone. It's why there's no changes being made to UFL that really matter.
Play. That's the thing, though. Can UFL execute this? Can UFL take advantage of as a big opportunity? Wanted to get this off my chest, just how I feel.
All right. And that's that. I mean, there's nothing else. If you think I'm picking on a guy with 400 subscribers, that's the last thing I'm doing. There's nobody else that's really covering this game. You look 3 months, 4 months. Everything's older, right? No one's covering this game. And then eventually what you're going to have is just the next video comes out. It's going to be like Strikers folds the game up due to lack of funds or no players or whatever. But it really is sad to see. It's not. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that view up there. I think that's Miss Alicia Lehman. Nice legs, Miss Alicia. I heard that way to wear your shorts is definitely a strategic move. It helps you run faster. So, without a doubt, if you haven't already, you need to start making the switch to FC26. I don't cover UFL, but I'm here to tell you, you need to make the switch to FC26. Bottom line. Not because I'm getting paid by EA Sports, not because FC25 was good, because this is the worst game in their franchise history. But what's sad is it was still, and is still right now, the best football game of the three. Even with all the tackle back nonsense, the glitches, the spam shots, the terrible inconsistent gameplay, there's just way more to do. It's way more structured. Efootball went crazy with AI, to where all the crap in that game plus AI assistance, you're not even really competing. There's no skill in competing in eFootball. And UFL, it's such a terrible gameplay. Like every game, it's just a terrible experience, I should say, because of the gameplay, that it's pointless. Right? So you add that with what they're doing and the direction they're going, and you look at all the fixes in FC26, right? I'll even show you real quick the leaked gameplay. So this, for my man, if I say this wrong, I'm sorry, but my man Checho, this is going to answer your question. Should I get FC26, which I've already answered. But if I just go like this, FC26 leaked beta. Alright, let's see. I need to see if this is a game where I need to go to a game. Perfect. So, not saying these are skilled players by any means. Not saying these are skilled players at all. But watch this gameplay. Faster passing. No more tacklebacks. No more L1 speed boost. Better jockeying. Better AI marking. But the AI won't win the ball. The manual control defending is now rewarded. You have better AI marking, but you have to switch to the defender to win the ball. And that is authentic gameplay. They have authentic and competitive. So let me take you to competitive. They might have removed it, by the way. They might have removed it, but luckily I have it. Let me pull it up for you guys. I have a video of me beating a pro the day after he beat Tex Gibaros, but I thought I was going to be able to share it after the beta was done, but I can't share it. They say we can't share it at all, but hold on, let me go to my downloads. All right. So this is, someone leaked this footage. This is the FC26 beta. This is what I was playing. I want to repeat. I'm just going off of the same thing you guys are going off of, right? Which is talking about what I'm seeing. I can't talk about me actually playing the game. I can't share my footage. This is not my footage. But this gives you an idea, and I'll talk about what you're seeing. So this is the team building. All this is basically the same. You take your team onto the pitch, right? This is kind of what the screens look like. And it looks like they got rid of this off YouTube, but I've downloaded it. So you see that. I don't want to share too much because I want you guys to be surprised too. But this is pretty much the same. You're not seeing much different. There's new tournaments, events, and stuff. But I want to show you guys this part.
For football, you've got to say. I'm your match commentator, Derek Ray, at the microphone, and sitting alongside me is the former Arsenal, West Ham, and
UFL and eFootball just cannot compete, guys. Their closest chance they had was when the AI defense was killing this game. Was when the tacklebacks were crushing this game. The nonsense shortcuts you could do with spamming shots, parking the bus, running around with one player while the AI did everything. Using tacklebacks, just kicking the ball forward and running into the player. All those things are gone.
The lineup then for the hosts.
Passing's much quicker. Movement's much better. Now your AI won't screw you with bad marking. Now, I don't know the level of the player in the white. I remember the player in the dark's not very skilled. I don't think the player in the white's very skilled either, but either way, so don't look at this as like, oh, skilled players. Just kind of look at it as, watch the quick passing sequences. Watch the movement. Right? Watch the great marking as well. And you can see where the skill will come into play. This is the new camera angle too, where they added in so you're more immersed. If you don't like that, you can go to the classic co-op where you just see the pitch. But I do kind of like that, where the crowd's involved, especially when you look at the different. I wish you could use different stadiums now too. I think it's still just the Ultimate Team stadium and Ultimate Team, but they're going to eventually work that in. Imagine Signal Iduna or like, you know, the Bernabeu or Now Camper. I don't even know if Now Camp's in the game this year, but imagine the real stadiums in the background. But just watch the passing, the quickness, the sharpness and quickness in the shots, which is also going to help combat that slower, lethargic gameplay that we've seen in the past. They cut out the fat with all the animations, which also will help with the laggy, unresponsive gameplay, which I can confirm that even high ping games are playable now. Are you're able to move, you're able to compete, whereas previously the game was basically unplayable. Also, the player in the dark all of a sudden is taking over. So just imagine with two skilled players, the type of up, back, and throughs, give and goes, the things you could do. I mean, this is making me want to play now. When I had the beta, I could not put the game down. If you know what you're looking at, the main thing you'll see is there's no shortcuts. There's no spam shots. There's no spamming through balls like in FC25 because the AI marking's so bad, because everyone's linear. There's no take forever to shoot, take forever to pass and dribble. If you see like the touches, there's so many more touches, right? Touch, 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 because now when you want to cut left, cut right, and like you can do it. The jockeying, everything. Passing is now rewarded. It's a very pass-heavy game, which is what football is all about. The ball moves faster than the man, right? They've also improved and sharpened skill moves, but it's not like you're able to exploit them. Free kicks and corners are pretty much the same. I hope they do that next is over. I'll give eFootball credit for their corners and free kicks. I think they have the most realistic. Each different player on a free kick you have to train with and learn. Like the way they shoot, the way they cross, same with corners. And then you have to do set plays, direct corners. You can't just do bikes every time, but they did make it like flick-ons and stuff like that are a lot more viable, as opposed to just go for a bicycle kick every time, you know? So a lot of people are going to see this, and it's going to be hard for them to see the difference. Some people would see this and go, oh, it looks like FC25. I promise you, if you think that, you just don't have a good eye for the difference in games, because this is totally different from FC25. But time will tell. You'll see when the game comes out. Main thing I wanted to point out is, like, if you're a content creator, be honest. If you're playing UFL or eFootball, I wanted to make sure you knew, like, you're not going down a very good path. I wish it wasn't like that. If you go back this whole year, I dove into UFL. I dove into eFootball. Got up to top 10 in the world in UFL. Got up to top 2% of players, because that's how they do divisions 1 through 3 are together. Then they, like, tell you the percentage of players you're in. I got in the top 2% of players after playing eFootball a total of, like, 3-4 months, something like that. Then I played UFL probably, 6-7 months. And then I played FC the rest of the time, right? Kind of in between that. But this is the first year where I wasn't solely FC. And while there's certain characteristics, especially in eFootball, that I like that could carry over, which, by the way, FC did adopt some things. And that's what they need to do. A good game is looking to be the best, and they have to look at other areas and see where their competition did things better and take those ideas, but make them their own and make them better. That's what that's why it's good to have competition. But the truth is, UFL and eFootball just isn't even close to FC26. So take it or leave it. But to Pantera, I just want to end this. It's not an attack on him. If I thought he was a rat loser like Dagger, I would tell you. I don't ever bite my tongue. But what I think he did was, okay, I want to be a content creator. I want this to work, so I can't tell them about how bad the game is. I got to sugarcoat it, right? And he didn't look at it like, okay, I want to play a good football game. This is how you should play the game. This is the direction strikers should go. He went with, okay, here's what I do to win the game. No matter how BS it was, it's like, oh, well, I'm winning. I'm ranked this. Right? And the problem with doing that is you're promoting the dog crap game that they're giving you, and you're never going to get a better game. And that drives you to the point where you just said what you said 13 days ago. Oh, the game's terrible. I played one game. I can't even play it anymore as a content creator, right? And to where you're talking about, I think the nail in the coffin is going to be when they release these legends. Everyone comes and tries them and sees the game still sucks, but now it just has legends. Not to mention all that hard work is gone, so no one's going to trust, rightfully so, strikers anymore. How long till they scrap this next crap they're introducing? So maybe just if you feel the need in the background, log into UFL every now and then, play a game for fun, see where it's at. But if you're investing your time and effort into UFL as a true, like, that's your hobby, that's your game, you're making a mistake. There's your warning. Take it or leave it. If you do plan on playing FC in particular, please subscribe if you haven't already. If you just want the truth about all these games, even though I'm not covering them every day, because why would I cover trash games when there's a good game in FC26? But if you want the updates like this, you can subscribe as well. And if this video is helpful or you enjoyed it, if you could leave a like, that would really help me out. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a good experience this year. Hopefully I see you out on FC26. If you do play FC26, I'm going to continue to provide content to help players of all levels, so they have every aspect on and off the pitch covered. I do have a Discord. It is $3 a month, but it's 24/7 help in every area of the game. YouTube memberships, where I have content. There's up to 5, 6, 7 videos way early. I just go ahead and let anybody with a membership see them as soon as they're released, because I feel like if you guys are willing to support the channel as it grows, I want to give you guys the best perks and benefits. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, and peace out. Alright, special shout-outs real quick. Sifadine, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Bosbos 47, and Checho. Hopefully, Checho, I answered your question. Yes, I've pre-ordered FC26. Yes, you absolutely need to do it. Switch over. Don't be discouraged. You can learn and compete. If you need help, I'd love to help you. but that's just the right move if you want to play quality football and you want to play the best football game. So thank you for the comments, guys. Thank you for being involved and your support. And thank you, everyone who watches.